Hey, we're back. That was kind of an interesting call there we had with Colin Brennan. That was
awesome. Yeah.
That was awesome. We got a little touch on some racing there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is all those big guys got to start somewhere, and it's cool to hear somebody, at the starting level, talk about how things are going. But
he might actually wreck more cars by the time he's 18 than you.
Whew, that'd be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And he's on the track, though. See?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Thing. I've been kind of reluctant to put this on because I'm not sure how many people in our listening area right now that are up this early in the morning, but we're at 9 o'clock, so let's hope everybody's up.
It's 8 o'clock, buddy.
Or 8 o'clock, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're at 8 o'clock here. Hello. Are listening that are worldwide hunters, but let's see. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to tell you that we're going to give away, on behalf of Boss Safaris, Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this something we're going to do now, or is this something that we're going to do at like 9 o'clock?
Let's do this at 9 o'clock. So we're going to mention this several times throughout right now. So anybody that's listening, and if you know anybody that likes to hunt and wants to go to Africa, we're going to give away an African hunt.
All right.
But we're going to have a trivia question. This is from Boss Safaris in Africa. They sent me a Facebook message while we were sitting here, and they want us to give away an African hunt. But I'm going to tell you, probably want to brush up on a little bit of your African trivia because we're going to ask you a question. And the first person to call us with the right answer is going to win an African hunt. 6 days.
Yep. 6 days.
Don't tell them what to get yet.
Oh,
just
right.
6 days. 6 days. They can add on. They can have more days and stuff like that. But they're going to win. So if you're out there and you're listening and you hunt in Africa, you want to hang on because right after the 9 o'clock break, we're going to do this. And if you know anybody that likes to hunt in Africa, you better get them on the air and tell them they better turn the dial to 100.5 Sports Fan and start listening because
when we come back at the top of the hour after 9 o'clock, after the intro to the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah, right after 9. We're going to give this thing away.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is good stuff right here.
You cannot be related to us to win or employed by us in any way.
That
means even if I don't pay you.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah. So.
Boy, oh boy.
It's kind of a big prize, actually.
Kind of a big prize?
Yeah. Labor Day weekend, if you're listening, is a big Labor Day weekend prize right here.
All right.
I wonder if they have Labor Day in, any big weekends like that. Like if they have see, over here, people just, Labor Day is grilling brats and drinking beer and fireworks, if the wind is right.
I do that every day. Grill brats, drink beer.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this is a cool thing about South Africa. They have brats.
They do.
They know what brats are over there.
All right.
That's the same. Their heritage over there is the brats, all the same, stuff. Like they're Wisconsin people over there. They don't know it, but they're Wisconsin people.
Well, look at Wayne's picture. He's standing there in the Packers jersey.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's planning. He's getting his trip set up so that he's going to be here in January because we're taking him to a Packer game.
We're going to go to the Vikings game. It's the season.
Now, every time I've seen Wayne, he's wearing shorts, in his safari shorts.
Wayne, if you wear shorts to that game,
be careful what you say because he might do it.
Man,
he'd probably fit right in with half the crowd.
I tell you, he swam with the Crocs and the piranhas.
Oh boy.
That, or you could introduce him to Carhartt.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm afraid to put my foot in my mouth because last time I went to a January football game at Lambeau Field, I froze, and I was wearing nothing but Packer boxers. So I'm afraid to put my foot in my mouth right now. But
if I look at how in shape you aren't, there's no way you could get your foot in your mouth.
Really, you just went there? Did you really just call me out on the air?
Yeah,
picking on me.
You better get down to Snap Fitness and start working out if you think you're going to get your foot in your mouth, buddy.
Well, the same.
It's going to take some serious work.
Yeah. When are you due?
Oh. Well, getting in shape is actually part of all the hunts, actually, especially like our guys that are going out west. So let's, when we go out west, a lot of people don't, if you haven't been out west, if it's going to be your first time and you're planning an out west trip, you'll see the folks that are trekking down the side of the road wearing their heavy backpacks and getting in shape, and it's all good. But we do have some tips for you for going out onto a mountain hunt, because it is quite different than if you are hunting here in flatland. And I hate, I don't mean it in a bad way or anything, but we're more at sea level here. We don't have the elevation and the thin air that you have out west. And Brandon can attest that. How many people have we taken out to Colorado, for instance? So we take them out to Colorado because Colorado is a place that we still can buy the over-the-counter tag now, not for the first season, but the second season. And you can go take people out there for an elk hunt, and you can see some elk. They're not the biggest.
They're
elk.
Public land elk.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate a trophy for the area that you're hunting in.
Right.
That's the big thing.
A trophy's always in the heart. That's the way I look at it. And it's in, if you're the one that shot it, and it's in the eye of the beholder, I mean, you took the trophy, and it is what it means to you, and the whole experience that went along with it. So, you could go out to Colorado and take yourself a 4x4 and it's a trophy,
Yep.
because of how hard you have to work for it, and the scenery, and going up and down the mountains and all that kind of stuff.
The scenery or the terrain?
The scenery and the terrain, really.
How hard do you work on the scenery?
The scenery keeps screwing with your concentration.
Brandon, we're going to go, you and I.
Where are we going? We're going to go on a hunt somewhere? We're going to Colorado, ain't we?
Boy, I tell you. So anyway, how many times have we gone out there and taken people and got to the top of the Continental Divide where they all want to stop as we're crossing over, and they want to get out, and the first thing they want to do is run up the ridge for a picture.
It don't look very far. They want to run up to the top of this peak.
100 yards.
Yeah. And they'll get a quarter of the way, and they're stopping in there.
And they can't move.
Thin air out there. It is so thin.
What is the elevation at that point? 7,200?
No, where we're crossing, it's probably 9.
Aye.
9 or 10.
I can't remember.
Right where we're crossing. What is that pass?
Cottonwood Pass.
Cottonwood. Check that out.
Yeah. Let me look here. I know we've got pictures here.
There's a picture of us standing in front of the sign, and it actually tells you exactly how what the elevation is as we cross. But down, I got to renew it. So anyway, if you if you're looking for a really good hunt, and you want to go out west, and you want to have the best out of it, you got to also not just train, but you have to think about all the things that you got to take with you. And if you are looking for some free information on that, all you got to do really is email us or drop us a line, and we'll be happy to pass some of that along, because I'll tell you that there's some things that in your bag that you're going to want to take along that you wouldn't normally think about. Little stuff like taking chapstick and and lotion along, because the air is so dry. You won't think about it, but your lips will dry up so much out there and crack, and your hands too, just from everything gets so dry that you'll start, they hurt. And the other thing that you got to take that you should take, everybody that has gone out there with us, everybody that we take, even from other states that have come out there, they end up with sinus problems because they get out there and for some reason it's got something to do with the elevation and the weight pressures and the dust and stuff. They all end up with that altitude sickness, and they end up with sinus problems and headaches. So you got to make sure you take along some good headache medicine.
We always allow ourselves like 2-3 days to get over the sinus issues and all that.
Yep, just to acclimate.
It don't matter how used to it you are. When you go out there, you're going to have a couple of issues, and you want to leave yourself a couple of days to get over that because it's hard to hunt.
Yep. So we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about high altitude hunting right after a quick break here.
All right.
And give you some more tips if you're headed out west or headed up to the highlands of Alaska.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Check out Adrenaline Hydrographics in a Cedar Creek Mall. Put a custom finish on anything you want. Choose from over 1,000 different patterns and colors, including camos, wood grains, carbon fibers, and custom prints like flames, skull patterns, and flag scenes. They can customize your Harley parts, baseball helmets, and hard hats, guns and gun stocks, fishing poles, deer skulls, coat racks, you name it. Pretty much anything you can paint, they can put a custom pattern on for you. Adrenaline Hydrographics in the Cedar Creek Mall. Big E Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Big E TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Big E TV and Big E Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Big E Outdoors Professional Hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Big E Outdoors destinations. Big E Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BigEOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Big E Outdoors at Cedar Creek.
Every single day, people just like you are leading happier, healthier lives by working out at Snap Fitness.
My name is Carol Wisey. I was overweight, not feeling so good about myself. I just woke up one morning and decided enough's enough. The hardest step is walking into that gym because I'm sure you're going to feel self-conscious. When I walked through the door for the first time, I can honestly tell you I did not feel that way. They have so many different membership options. You don't need to be locked into a long-term contract. My physical health since I started working out at Snap Fitness has changed dramatically. I have a lot more energy. I'm happier. It will change your life. It will change your family's life. I promise you, if you take that first step and join Snap Fitness, you will not regret it.
Fall specials are here at Snap Fitness. Join for only $8.95 during the month of September. And get ready for our open house celebration coming in October with lots of great fun and prizes.
Hey, we're back. Big E Outdoor Radio here, and I'm just going to give you a reminder. Don't call yet. We're not giving it away yet, but right after the 9 o'clock hour when we come back, we're giving away an African safari, an African hunt, courtesy of Boss Safaris, who are tuning in and listening to us here from South Africa. They follow along, and they sent me a message here via Facebook, and they want us to include this hunt in a giveaway this morning. You're going to have some African trivia knowledge, South African trivia knowledge, and it's going to be a 6-day hunt. And the number to call will be 715-298-9888. Again, that'll be 298-9888. Don't call it now because we're not doing the giveaway just yet, but after the 9 o'clock hour. So if you or anybody you know is somebody that wants to go to Africa or is planning on it or is a hunter, a worldly hunter, you're going to want to be standing by or give them a call and get them listening to the radio, because we're going to be giving away a hunt courtesy of Boss Safaris. You can check them out, bosssafaris.com, or go to bigeoutdoors.com and you can find their link there on our hunts page, and you can learn all about them. They've got really, really awesome accommodations and awesome animals. We've been there hunting with them, and they're going to be part of our upcoming series that's coming up on next season on Big E TV. So we were talking a little bit about preparing for the trips in higher elevations, Brandon, and we were talking about all the little things that somebody should take along. We get asked this quite a bit, hey, I'm going out west, and what should I take along? And, it really depends on, of course, some of the things depend on whether you're going out there and you're going to stay at a cabin situation, or if you're going on a pack-in hunt, or where you're staying. That's always hard to tell, but, the little things to make sure you take personal care items. Definitely make sure you got good headache medicine, and prepare for some doozy of a headache, because when you get into that altitude, it's the oxygen deal, and it causes some blood pressure issues and things like that, and you will get some serious headaches, sinus-related headaches as well, and that all kind of adds to it. You're going to get some some dry sinuses and some sinus problems and things like that. I think almost everybody does. So you want to have some good sinus medication, some nasal spray, some lip chapstick, things like that,
Yep.
lotion. Trying to think of some of the other stuff that we try to make sure we tell people to make sure they take along. Some cough medicine. Seems like we have had quite a fair amount of people that end up coming down with a little bit of a cough when they get out there. And they actually joke about it out there. You go out west, a lot of them call that Flatlanders cough, or whatever they call it. They joke about it because it's altitude sickness, pretty much, is what it comes down to.
Oh yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're good and prepared. That on top of making sure you get a good set of optics and a camera. But of course, everybody's phones nowadays make good cameras, but you're definitely going to take a lot of pictures of scenery. Mm-hmm. And some tips on taking pictures are, when you're doing it and you come back and you start looking at your photos, whenever you have pictures that have people in them, they're a whole lot more memorable than if you have just pictures. You're going to get in this?
Yeah, sorry. I was distracted.
If you got pictures that have people in them, even if they're just standing by looking at something, but when you just take picture after picture after picture of the beautiful scenery, they're cool, but they don't do the justice to.
No, you want to make sure that you're in the picture.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, if you get in the picture, it means more to you. You're going to look back on it a little bit more, a little bit better. Otherwise, I've caught myself, doing it before. I took so many pictures of nothing but scenery, and you zip right past those pictures. You just keep on going, because after a while, they all kind of drawn together. They all look the same. So, the idea is to get more pictures of you in there. So.
That's right. You or somebody that's with you.
Yeah.
And what else can we tell them? If you're going out there, I would always resight your weapon in. How many times have we gone out there and our gun that, like, now I can fly from here to Africa and my rifles are dead on. But when you get out to Colorado and the altitude is different, your bullet will fly differently.
You do want to double check it. You want to see how it's shooting every time. And that's goes back to allowing yourself a couple of days. Not only allow yourself a couple of days to get used to the new environment, the new climate and altitude, but you also want to get some scouting in, but you definitely want to at least take, a couple of hours, find a good spot where you're going to have a good range and, nothing behind it. Obviously that comes into play automatically. But you want to have a good spot where you can sight in your rifle and just make sure that it's shooting correctly and, allow for adjustments. More than likely you're going to have to adjust it a little bit. Or maybe you don't want to adjust it. You just want to, take note that your bullet is flying, a little bit higher, a little bit lower.
Yeah, I would definitely shoot it at something. Take along a target out there and make sure you set it up somewhere and shoot it, because you'd be surprised at how much higher your bullet will fly out there just because of where you're at. So what you got there, Brandon?
Well, actually, it was bothering me because I'm a little bit ADD. But
You think?
Yeah. We were talking about the elevation on the Cottonwood Pass.
Yeah.
On the Continental Divide there, and it's actually 12,126 feet.
Where we cross?
Yes.
No wonder you can't breathe when you cross it.
So yeah. Anybody else who was listening and knew the answer to that and thought we were a bunch of dummies for calling it 9,000 feet.
I'm actually surprised that some of our relatives didn't call, because they've actually traveled over it with us, and they should have those pictures. They should have been able to find them.
Yeah, but quite a few of them don't have smartphones. They're still stuck in the dinosaur era with the flip phones and the...
Yeah. They'd actually had to look it up in the old photo album.
And see, I reverted back to one of our photos, but back then our camera was so bad I can't even zoom in on the photo on the website. It all blurs out and you can't read the sign. So I actually had to just Google it. I just Googled whatever the Cottonwood Pass was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't find it a picture that had a clear enough image. So.
Well, we got an interesting person here that's actually texting that wants to call us, Brandon.
Oh, yeah? Who is that?
I can't tell you right now. I'm going to give him the number, and you're going to love it when he calls. He actually just told me that he's listening, and you're going to like this one. This is good.
Well, you going to show me who it is? Or
No. You're going to recognize his voice when he calls. We got outfitters that we work with all over the world. Remember, we have 21 destinations that we personally work with that we've checked out. And we know the outfitters are going to take care of you, that they're going to make sure you eat well, that you have a great hunt, have a great time, and that you have a lot of fun, plus see a lot of game. All you got to do is hit it.
Is Good Luck Chew calling us?
Good luck, Chew. How'd you know? Oh, you seen that on there? Yeah,
No, I actually didn't see it on there, but you're talking about all the different destinations, and I would recognize his voice right away. And
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You can't not recognize his voice if he calls. By the way, Wayne Miller from South Africa says, shorts for life, Brandon. So he thinks in January 3rd game against Vikings, he's going to be wearing shorts.
Oh, look, he's got the muscles on there too,
I want everybody to remember. And remember, folks.
Hey, when you're turning purple in the stands at Lambeau Field, I'm going to be showing you this text message, buddy. Because I was that guy. I turned purple in the stands. I had people throwing hand warmers and foot warmers and body warmers at me. And
yeah. But again, everybody remember, we got 1 minute here to break. But after the 9 o'clock hour, everyone, remember, it is a free African hunt we're giving away. 6 days. All you got to do is answer some African trivia.
just African trivia?
South African trivia.
South African trivia. Okay, we'll narrow it down for you. It's South African trivia.
Yep. And basically, we're going to do that after the 9 o'clock hour at 715-298-9888. And we'll give away a 6-day hunt. We'll tell you what you win when we give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Or right before we give it away. So if you or anybody you know out there is a big worldly hunter and wants to go to Africa or wants to go again, my gosh, tune in.
All right.
Get ready.
Let's
We're doing
take
it.
a break here.
We're taking a break.
When you're cruising down the road and watching wheels astray, call B.I.B. Auto Body night or day. BRB Auto Body knows that protecting your vehicle's value is important. That's why they only offer Line-X spray-on bed liners for trucks. Line-X, the industry leader in bed liners backed by a lifetime warranty, offers unmatched protection against gouges, rips, and tears. No lost cargo space and a rattle-free, quiet ride. And BRB Auto Body knows that life without your vehicle can be, at best, very difficult. That's why they offer Premier Rent-A-Car for your convenience. Premier Rent-A-Car offers competitive rates for all your rental car needs. No replacement vehicle coverage. When BRB repairs your car, they'll supply you with a complimentary vehicle at no cost. Call BRB Auto Body today at 359-9792 or check them out at brbautobodyinc.com.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
County Highway XX in Rothschild.
Tired of the hot summer heat? Time to get those ACs working. Head on in to Thunder Lube at their new location, 1015 South 17th Avenue in Wausau. Thunder Lube is a full-service center handling tires, brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, and much more. No appointment needed for oil changes. Get a punch card when you get a full service and get your 10th service free. That's Thunder Lube, complete auto service center, South 17th Avenue in Wausau.
Looking for the best burger in town? Check out Brews Brothers in Weston, just off Highway 29 at Camp Phillips exit. Voted best burger in Wausau 2014 and 2015. Fresh burger ground daily from country fresh meats, fresh buns, and 35 draft beers on tap from local and regional breweries. Enjoy fresh cut fries and chips made to order. Open 11 to 11 Sunday through Thursday and 11 to midnight Friday and Saturday. Brews Brothers, Camp Phillips Road in Weston. If you're like most of us, your garage is never big enough. Need some extra room? Go see Denny at the Shed Shop in Eland and Shawano. Or maybe you need a new hunting shack or deer blind of your dreams. Again, the Shed Shop in Eland or Shawano. Complete quality-built sheds, competitive prices, made with treated wood or vinyl, and handcrafted by the Mennonites. Call Denny at the Shed Shop, 715-584-3050. The Shed Shop. This segment of Biggie Outdoors is brought to you by Snap Fitness of Wausau. It's time to get in shape, and Snap Fitness is the right place to do it. With 2 locations in Weston and Wausau, you're never far from a Snap Fitness. Open 24/7 for members with clean and well-maintained equipment. Check out their new location across from Fleet Farm on Wausau's north side with all new machines and equipment. Sign up for some classes or training. Pick up the supplements you need and take advantage of the monthly deals and sign-up specials they have going on now. The staff at Snap Fitness is waiting for you to assist you in any way they can. So head on down to Snap Fitness today and get signed up.
Hey, welcome back.
That was weak. Do that again.
Hey, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. Brandon, what are we doing at 9 o'clock? Tell them.
Well, at 9 o'clock, folks, you wanna start listening and following along. All we can tell you is that we are giving away a South African safari.
Yeah, we're not giving away a South African.
No, just a safari. We can't tell you too many of the details on it other than it is 6 days. We're not giving it away until 9 o'clock after the 9 o'clock intro to the show. And it's going to be to the first caller, the first person to call in. So if you are...
first person to call in with the right answer.
Oh, first person to call in with the right answer. That's right, yep. It's going to be a trivia question. You want to touch up on your South African trivia.
They win a South African?
You win a South African hunt.
Oh.
Yeah, yep. You get to go over there, learn your South African name, and
I have a South African name.
Yes, you do. Yeah. So
we don't want to tell anybody that's my alias.
I understand we have a caller on the line. Joe, are you there?
Yep. How's it going?
Oh, it's going, man. It's going. So.
Joe? Is this Joe Mama?
No. Actually, Joe Klug from up by Maryland, Wisconsin. I have a guide service on that, and so just getting ready for Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Bear season is here. That's right. So, but actually, I've been. We were hoping to get you to call in a little bit last week, but we got you now. You're a hard guy to get a hold of because you don't have that text messaging. You do know that it's the year 2015, right, Joe?
Yeah, I know, but I still like my flip phone. You know, 'cause if I lose it, at least I'm not losing a couple $100.
Yeah. Well, you can still text message on a flip phone, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
So we caught him this morning. Are you on the way to town to get more beer? Or?
No, actually, I've been out since 4 o'clock out baiting. So.
Oh.
Yep, he's bear baiting.
Yeah.
Are you good at baiting?
You betcha. For one thing is the main thing at this time of year, right before season. I mean, you know, like in Area C. I mean, you got cornfields, and you got the acorns, so you got to counteract all that stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, and plus there's some people that start baiting a month and a half before, and then you got some people that start baiting a week before.
Oh,
What
yeah.
you got to do is you just got to keep on switching up your bait.
Yep.
Because the main thing is, you got to have, a lot of different things. Because if you bait with the same thing over and over, they're going to get sick of it.
Yeah. Yep. Now, folks, I work with Joe, and he's actually been getting me pretty cranked up on the bear season. And Joe, you said you've actually got some pretty good pictures on your trail cameras. You got some pretty big bears coming in, don't you?
Oh yeah. Actually, this morning I had one that almost walked in on me. Probably about 50 yards through the brush, I could see him. He's been there for a month, and he's been living right there. That's his territory, and hopefully we get him. He's big. He's probably pushing over 400. So.
Is this the one that you told me he walked right through the blind that you set up?
Yep. I like setting up. Yeah, I set up my own blinds. I don't like pop-up blinds. So what I do, I build my own blinds because, I think they're more used to it. And a lot of times, some pop-up blinds are too noticeable.
Oh yeah.
And he walked right through it. And but I'm sitting with, actually, my hunter. I'm sitting with him that first day. So hopefully we get him.
Awesome, man. That'll be great. I can't wait to see some of the pictures. It sounds like you've been really hitting it hard and somehow balancing it out to, with the, working night shift and still getting out there to keep up on all the bear baits and everything. And I don't know how in the heck you do it. I know you look like a zombie when you come into work some days. Yeah.
well, just today I probably put on about 4.5 miles on foot.
Oh,
So,
wow.
smokes.
That's pretty tough.
All
actually.
before 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, one thing is, too, I like to bait early in the day because then all day long they get to smell that, because I scent it up at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm setting up by those baits. For one thing is bringing a new bear. And, and if you get a windy day like today, that'll carry for a couple of miles. And, every time you scent it up, it seems like I get brand new bear on the pictures all the time.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. So you got you got a hunter coming in the first day then, huh?
Yeah.
Holy
Actually,
cow.
I got 2 coming in. So see what happens. But the baits, actually, on all my baits, I only had one that wasn't hit. And at this time of year, it's pretty darn good because so many people are in the woods,
Yeah.
and there's so much bait going on.
Dogs
and
running
there
around.
are, down the farm country. Bad thing is at sea is your cornfields, the corn's turned to milk stage, so the bear are in the cornfields now. One thing that I always do is I stick my baits down the farm country, not too far away from the cornfield.
Yeah.
What happens is they go back and forth.
Yeah, you catch them coming and going.
Yep. And
Yeah.
when
Rather
I
than
walked
trying
in
to-
this morning, there was... Oh, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just gonna, note, rather than trying to change their pattern altogether, just get right in there, in between them as they're hitting the cornfields and heading back into the woods.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one spot where I walked in, I got to walk along cornfield, and they had a couple spots rolled down, probably a good 15, 20 feet, circles in the cornfield where they got rolled down already. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people who aren't really into the hunting, or people who argue against bear hunting, that's another thing. There's a lot of all these animals. They do some sort of crop damage, and these bears are terrible for it. They'll go in there and they'll knock down these big sections of corn, and they'll go in there and they'll try and take an armful of these stalks, and you'll hear a lot of hunters say it. A bear will go in there and they'll grab an armful of all these corn stalks and everything, and they'll start trying to crawl out. And if they drop one, they'll drop the whole arm load, and they'll go in and get another one. So it's kind of interesting to see how fast they'll tear up a cornfield. So you definitely want to get them out of
corn anyway? What are they doing with it?
Well,
why don't they just eat it right there? They don't have to go anywhere. There's a whole field.
I don't even want to answer that because I feel like I'm working with a teenager here this morning. So we're
Well, one good thing is, too, after we had that bad storm a couple weeks ago,
yeah.
a lot of your acorns that were on the trees
Yep.
fell off early, and I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem with the acorns this year
Uh-huh.
because a lot of them fell off. And, a couple weeks ago when I was walking through the woods, I mean, the floor was just covered in some spots, and now they're gone.
You
So
know,
I think that's going to help out, too.
that's another thing, that you brought that up. That's going to affect bow hunting for deer a lot too. Come to think of it, a lot of people say that you can't lure any deer in or anything like that because of the acorns, and so that's actually going to change things on a couple of different fronts. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, even like with your raspberry and blackberry crop, it wasn't very good this year.
Yeah.
And, the main thing is, you got to have variety. If you keep it up, and keep mixing, you're going to have bear at your bait.
Yep.
And, I got 5-6 different kinds of bifilling I'm using. I got 10 different kinds of scent. And I'm like switching.
Yep.
So, and the main thing is, too, when you get to this time of year, right before a season, you get a lot of people that start baiting for bow season, stuff like that. The main thing is, then you got to turn to something like trail mix, or your granola. It's got, it's got peanuts, it's got almonds in it. What happens is that counteracts like your acorns, or even the corn,
Mm-hmm.
and that helps out too.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, I know the other night you said that you were eating the bear bait, and are you saving some for the bears?
Oh yeah. I had to try it to make sure it was good.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff that gets put out there for bear bait, I don't know if I would eat it, but kudos to you for doing it.
It does smell good though. I've sat in the bear stand before, and the wind comes just right, and it's like, It smells good, especially when you got a good old peanut butter sandwich laying out there.
Oh, I use a lot of peanut butter at this time of year too, because they're trying to fatten up, before they've done up too, and and that's another thing too. I mean, just simple things like that, and and I just a little advice to people: if your bait isn't getting hit, you better just switch it up quick, because that's the main thing. I mean, once bow season starts, don't be afraid to add a little corn in there, or something like that, and it'll help.
The thing is if you, I always joked around when we go up to Canada bear hunting. If a small bear comes in there and hits your bait and you don't want to take him, you got to make sure that you pack a good lunch that the bears might like too. Like a peanut butter sandwich or a chocolate ho-ho cake or something like that. And if you throw that down there on the bait barrel, maybe that'll help you out, huh? Oh,
well,
man.
I mixed up pails of stuff before. A lot of times I'll leave it sit overnight. When that comes out, it's like a big glob.
Yeah.
And and when it's hot like this, you can smell it 400 or 500 yards away from the bait. That helps. So, because a bear's nose is like 50 times stronger than ours.
Yeah. If you can smell it 500 yards away from the bait, how far can them bears smell it?
Yeah, exactly. So, that's a big thing too. I smelled bait for actually 8 years.
Yep.
And it was kind of comical. People would come and buy 5 barrels of the same stuff. And you try to tell them to switch it up. Nope. Well, all of a sudden it's 2 weeks per season, and their bait stuff gets hit. Well, other people start baiting, and the bear are like, well, I'm going to different bait, because they're sick of it.
Yeah.
So,
No, well, they're just like us. They decide that they want something different.
Yep.
Just
yep,
like
exactly.
just like we get sick and tired of eating the same thing, and
Except for pizza. Man, I love pizza.
Yeah, but if you ate it every single day, you'd.
I eat it every single day.
So do I.
It shows.
There's guys up in Canada we have that argument with. They think you got to feed the same thing.
Yeah, and they have the same problem up there, because they're constantly feeding the same stuff on their baits, and they all of a sudden the bears stop hitting them, and they can't figure out why, and they'll blame the weather, and they'll blame the hunters, they'll blame everything else except for the fact that they haven't changed up their baits, and sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they wonder.
Yeah.
They wonder why nothing's hitting, and it's because they get sick of it.
Yeah, we just said that.
Yeah. And they say, "Oh, you can't change. You can't change." How many times have they told us, "Don't put anything new on the bait"? Wrong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you there?
Well,
Oh.
yep. Well, a big thing too, like people don't realize, like Area C, it's South 64. Most of that's in farm country.
Yeah.
And you got over 3,000 permits in C. I mean, it's packed. And if you don't have it on private, on county, it's crazy. I mean, it's a week before you got 3-4 baits that get slapped in within 100, 200 yards around.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a big thing, too. I mean, if you can get it on private, that helps out a lot, too.
Yep. Yeah, that's another big thing you just hit on there. You know, you have a lot of those people that come in right before bear season, and you don't know that, you know, if you're dumping on a bait, you don't know that, like you just said, 200 yards down the road, somebody else has a bait in, and, you know, maybe the bear was, you know, running off of that bait, and you just don't know. And that's probably a pretty good thing. Do you do a lot more private land than public land?
Oh, yeah. If I do have them on county, it's a ways in, you know, because your average person isn't going to walk in for it. You know, and I've seen that for years.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll walk in 400 or 500 yards. But when you're walking in a mile and a half, they're not going to do that. So,
yeah.
And, you know, the bad thing is, too, I've already had people, it was, when I was walking a client in, and all of a sudden, they're going to stand 50 yards over from your bait, and they're not in bait.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, too. The main thing is, I just, you know, when I tell everybody, it's just common courtesy. You know, I mean, you know, torture other hunters.
Yeah. Well, hey, Joe, we got to wrap her up here. We got to go to a commercial break, but it's great to have you call in, man. We appreciate your input, and good luck out there on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Yep, take care, bud.
Yep, bye.
Well, all right, folks, we're going to go to a quick commercial break here and check out some of our sponsors, and we'll be back with you here in just a few short moments.
Rejection is one of our biggest fears. As humans, our greatest need is to be accepted. So when Ben walked into Jim Krishock Jewelers and met with Jody, he was looking for someone to accept him. You see, Ben was head over heels in love with Amanda, and he wanted to give her the diamond engagement ring of her dreams. But he didn't feel good about his credit, and he didn't feel good about a past jewelry shopping experience where another jeweler wouldn't even give him the time of day. But Jody had a different attitude. Instead, she went right to work on getting a credit application filled out. And before he knew it, he was approved for, well, a lot more than he thought he would be. That's total acceptance. So Jody walked him over to the diamond case, and he picked out the ring that would knock Amanda off her feet. We're Jim Krishock Jewelers, and when you walk in here, you know you'll find it. And you'll be accepted. We're in front of Best Buy on Rib Mountain Drive, and nobody does I do like we do.
Attention, Central Wisconsin. There's a huge hail sale going on right now at Stark GM of Merrill. There's just a little damage to some cars on our lot, but there's big savings to be had throughout. Come take a look at all you get. Here are just a couple examples. How about a 2014 GM certified Chevy Cruze for just $11,988 or $188 a month with no down payment? That's right, $11,988 or $188 a month with zero down. Or choose from a selection of 2014 GM certified Impalas. Yes, just $11,988 or $188 a month with no down payment. So come to Stark GM of Merrill or visit us at www.starkmerrill.com and enjoy huge hail savings on over 150 vehicles in stock. Hurry! First come, first served. Plus tax, title, license, and fees. Selling price $11,988. $188 a month. Zero down. 72 months at 2.99%. For well-qualified buyers. Only while supplies last. See dealer for details.
Here's your Central Wisconsin weather-wise forecast powered by weatherology.com. Partly sunny skies today. Chance for thunderstorms late this afternoon. Highs around 86. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms are likely. Lows in the middle 60s. A few rain showers possible through the midday, Labor Day, gradually clearing then with a high reaching 77. I'm meteorologist Dave Perrin for Sports Fan 100.5. Right now, 73.
Ooh, I choked a little bit there. But we're back. We're back, and we're back. We just had that was a great call, an interesting call. We had.
It definitely had the opportunity to.
It could have turned ugly.
I had to quiet Big E a couple of times. I don't know what he was going to say there when we were talking about bear baiting. But
well, you know, the thing was that I found it very interesting that he's not just a good baiter. He's professional.
Yeah, professional. Mm-hmm.
And that he doesn't.
He's a master of his trade.
He's a master. Yeah. And he doesn't doesn't bait all day. He bait in the morning. He baits all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just all right. Wow. You make me nervous. You know, they're gonna kill the radio show if you push it too far.
I did find his use of peanut butter interesting.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Brandon, why don't you tell everybody what is happening at 9 o'clock?
Well, at 9 o'clock here, just a little less than 15 minutes. When we come back, it'll be our 9 o'clock intro, to the 9 o'clock hour. We're giving away a South African hunt.
Just to clarify that you're not hunting South Africans.
Yeah, we've clarified that a few times. No, we are giving away a hunt in South Africa.
There we go.
There we go. Yep. And it's going to be a trivia question. So touch up on your South African trivia. We're going to ask you the question. The first person to call in with the correct answer wins a South African safari.
We're not telling you what the question is yet.
Mm-mm.
Or
what you win exactly.
What exactly you're going to be hunting.
Yep.
But it's 6 days.
It's a 6-day hunt. That's right. So be ready, because as soon as
you,
we go live onto the show, we're gonna
call your friends.
We're gonna hit you with the question, and you're gonna want to call in.
We're not gonna hit them with anything really. We're not really gonna hit you.
Well, all right then.
But hey, call your friends if you have any, and if you don't, just call somebody. Got to have somebody in that phone. Call them.
Well, I can't call my friends because they're all here.
If you know anybody that hunts,
I got you and the 3 voices in my head. That's about it.
That's a quorum.
What about Zach?
Zach, yeah, we got Zach here. Yeah, that's right.
I think he just couldn't get out of the truck.
Yeah, I didn't slow down so he could bail out. So yeah, he's here. He's stuck with us this morning.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so we've kind of touched on quite a few different things this morning. We've had some interesting callers. We're getting some new callers. I like that. We're getting some new voices on the air.
Yeah.
So, yep. And I know last week we had tried to get Steve Nichols there with the Good Outdoors radio show to call in, but he
couldn't. He
had lost his voice.
He lost his laryngitis. He had laryngitis or whatever. He got a cold. He had that virus that was going around. And
I just started this watching this Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And talking about that virus that's going around, that's kind of a spooky thing to think about. Anybody who's watching that, you know what I'm talking about. So,
I was going to call his radio show too this week, and I missed it.
Well, way to go.
Because I had an interview going on. We were supposed to call it right when we were talking to that person at the mall, and then he texted me to call, and I didn't see it. And then by the time we got done, they were done with the radio show, so I missed his show. So,
well, way to go. He calls you, and says hi to you every week, and you go ahead and bail on him like that.
Yeah, I know that was terrible of me.
That actually would have been cool, in the middle of an interview, say, hang on, you can stick around, and we're gonna go ahead and call into a show. Yeah. This is what we do here at Big E Outdoors.
Yeah,
Did I lose you? You have a blank look in your eyes. Actually, no, you don't look any different than you normally do. So, anyways. Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting beat up an awful lot this morning.
Oh, you're going to get beat up.
Are you trying to take
buddy,
over on me?
Like it would be that hard.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding, man. I love you. It's cool.
You do?
Think of it this way. If he didn't pick on you, he might not care as much.
Oh. That would be, yeah.
Or maybe I pick on you because I don't care as much.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I found an alternative to this.
To
chewing. You need to stop chewing. You need to start using vapor. You can get anything you want in a vapor, but not the cheap stuff. You say no, but it's not the cheap vapor. Get the real vapor from the real vapor.
Well, where would you recommend I would go for something like that?
The Vapor Lounge.
All right.
They're a sponsor. They're gonna be on our radio show anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you go down there, and they've got it. You can't get the cancers, but you can get the nicotine. You can even get caffeine. They even got caffeinated.
Well, where am I supposed to go for the cancers?
Caffeinated. That's the object. You don't want to get cancer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can get the flavors.
Mm.
It smells decent. It'll keep you awake when you're wanting to keep awake.
Yeah.
And when you kiss your girlfriend, it won't taste like you got a mouthful of worm dirt.
Well, actually, I get rid of all that long before I get home. Actually, I'm thinking about maybe trying to quit again. This would be my fifth time in the last year and a half.
Wait a minute. Girlfriend?
Yeah, wife.
Yeah,
whoa,
you're
whoa,
married.
Whoa.
I was going to say, what do we? You need to explain something here.
That's your wife and your girlfriend. It's the same one.
Man, that's
wait till you was calling now. The other guy didn't call before. I think he ran out of signal. You know how that is out there.
Oh yeah.
This guy you're gonna like.
Well, all right.
I'll let you introduce him.
Well, who we have here?
Is it Kevin? Hello? Is it Kevin?
I think.
Okay.
Oh, all righty.
There you go.
I believe we got Kevin Knighton on the phone with Backwoods Life. Kevin, you there?
Yeah, that's right.
How's it going, brother?
Going pretty good, cruising up the interstate.
All right. Yeah, doing it just like Big E does, yeah? Cell phone and driving and all that. So,
But he's not texting. He's actually on the phone. Probably got hands free.
Oh yeah, hands free, save the world.
There we go. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, Big E actually has that option in his truck, but he doesn't use it. And
nope.
You know, just so you know, folks, if you see the Big E truck swerving down the highway, he hasn't been drinking. He's just updating his Facebook page or his Twitter account or whatever. So, but well, hey, what's new with you down there, Kevin? Anyhow.
Not much. I am headed up to the airport to jump on an airplane and head to Alaska. We were up there about a month ago on a caribou hunt, and we were ahead of the caribou. So
yeah,
we're going to go back and try it again and see if we can catch the migration a little better this time.
All right. Yeah, I seen that you guys were up there, you and Michael, and you had a guest along with you there. Is he going with you this time?
Yeah, a little special guest going. It's more like me going with him, but either way, it'd be a good time. Just me and Brantley Gilbert and his tour manager and a local guy up there, and we're just going up to have a good time.
There you go. So you guys all meeting up there, or are you flying out together?
I'll meet those guys in Atlanta.
All right.
And we'll all, I'm getting on an airplane in Valdosta, but we'll all meet up in Atlanta and cruise up to Alaska. It's going to be a little cooler up there than it is down in my home state in Florida. So.
Oh, yeah. So you're actually flying from Valdosta to Atlanta?
Yeah.
I think it'd be quicker to just drive, wouldn't it?
By the time you go through your checked baggage and all that, I mean, heck, you'd be in Atlanta, huh?
Well, but here's the thing. One, Valdosta is a small airport, so you don't have to pay for parking. And two, with guns and camera gear and everything else, it's a lot easier when you've got that 5-minute security run through instead of the waiting an hour in Atlanta.
Because your stuff will already be checked in and on the plane, and you'll be one step ahead of the game there.
It's not international, so you can do that. Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
going back up there after the caribou, huh?
Yeah. See if hopefully we'll catch the migration a little better.
All right.
The last time we went, all the locals asked us what we were doing there a month early if we were hunting caribou. So hopefully they were right.
Did you? I seen that you had to go get something checked out in your leg there a little bit. You all right?
Yeah, I think so. I had a little sore spot in my leg yesterday, and my wife insisted I go get it checked out. And of course, the only place on the weekend really to get it checked out is the ER. So I spent half my day in the ER finding out I have a little small blood clot. They kind of said it was a nothing deal, that normally they wouldn't even treat it, but of course, me sitting on an airplane for the next 8 or 10 hours
Oh, yeah.
made that a little different. But they gave me some medicine and said hopefully everything will be A-okay and for me to go chase a caribou. So,
Well, I hope everything turns out there. That's a scary deal. You know, blood clots aren't something you want to just turn your head and look away from.
yeah, they said thankfully it's in a pretty much a little nothing vein. It's not down in the main highway
All right.
of the blood, but
We call them arteries up north.
down here we just call them blood pumpers.
Oh, yeah. So, well, that's we gonna have to head on to another break here. But man, it's good to hear from you, and I hope that you got some better luck this time around. I'll be watching on Facebook there to see if you guys tag out, have any luck.
Thanks. Yeah, we won't have cell phone signal again until about Thursday, but I hope we've got about 1 million pictures to post by then.
All right. Hey, you need to jump after Brantley there and tell him that he needs to finally hook up with us for a hunt. You know.
Well, let's see what we can line up.
All right, buddy. All right.
Yeah, stay in touch. Stay in touch. Tell him hello, and definitely, hopefully, you get good luck and can check back in with us.
All right.
All right, man. Travel safe.
See y'all.
Yep. Well, all right, folks. That was Kevin Knighton with Backwoods Life. They're heading back up for round 2 up in Alaska, chasing some caribou, and we're going to cut to a short break here. Got a message from our sponsors, and we'll be back with you in just a short moment.